Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Sunday, January 20th, 2 a.m. Mountain Time, 2018. As it may seem, heavy snowfall totals falling in the Northeast. Still not over. The new beast from the east looks like to dump 16 to 20 inches up from central New York through Maine over the next 24 hours. Hours of powers, while heavy snow moves into western Wyoming, eastern Idaho, and central Idaho all at the same time. Going to pick up a heavy batch of snow in the North Sierras as well. What the hell? Let's do this. It's boom time. Winter storm disrupts travel across the U.S. It once had a name, but now it's generic. A large, powerful, and dangerous winter storm is taking aim about 1/3 of the nation this weekend, rapidly moving from the Central Plains to the Midwest. It is now moving to the Northeast and New England. Some parts of New England could see 18 or more inches of snow moving forward. The storm is expected to drop sleet, freezing rain, and ice in many places, which will hit them right in their faces. Fast facts. States of emergency declared in New Jersey and PA. 11,065 flights delayed Saturday. 2,512 flights canceled completely. You're not going anywhere. Amtrak is operating on a modified schedule because they've killed hundreds of people over the last 5 years, especially in New England. 13,204 power outages in Ohio alone. Makes you want to just smoke a bone. Slick roads leads to 15 vehicle misery pileup. A 15-vehicle crash has blocked a section of Interstate 55. Some didn't stay alive in southeastern Missouri as snow from a massive winter storm that once had a name swept through the area and slicked roads. As I slicked my hair. The Missouri Department of Transportation issued news of the pileup near Saint-Geneviève on its Twitter page 4 p.m. Saturday. The department said the interstate was blocked because of a crash, which included other crashes. Motorists were urged to find an alternate route because there was a crash in the way. There was no immediate word on injuries or crashes in the way, but there was no way through. And that's tonight's first boom. No way through. This one, be prepared, not scared. Plane skids off runway at Chi-Town Airport. A United Airlines plane has skidded off the runway at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport amid snowy and icy weather. Chi-Town fire officials say the incident occurred today. Saturday night update, winter storm warnings canceled because the snow already fell. Snow totals top out just under a foot. Here's your ReadyCast. If your jacket is this tight and you look like this plight and your hair is receding like that and your pink tie doesn't even shut down that mic, well, you might need another job. But it's going to be -10 to -15 outside, so you better get a winter coat. Update, 9:48 p.m. Totals are in. The National Weather Service has canceled the winter storm warnings for Milwaukee, Racine, and Kenosha. But that doesn't mean you're already Kenoshaed. Milwaukee snow totals stayed at 5.5 inches. But that's what they're reporting in the upper portion of this article. As we pan down, these totals will double. Like a schmubble. Let's check them out. Paddock Lake, 11.4. Pleasant Prairie, 11. Franksville, 10.5. Racine, 10.5. Kenosha, say it ain't Sosha, 9.5. Elkhorn, 8.5. Sheboygan. I love saying that. Let's do it again. Sheboygan, 6.7. Brookfield, 6.3. Mequon, 5.9. Milwaukee, 5.5. Now, to stay alive, you don't want to go outside. Here's your ReadyCast, Sunday morning, 7 a.m., which is just 5 hours from now. Hours of powers are going to drop that mercury down to deadly territories. So, if you're hoping that Al Gore was going to save your arse, it's going to only be the goose downtown. -10 in Wills Dells, -13 Beaver Dam. Heads up West Bend, -16. Sheboygan, -14 at your wake up. -13 in Lake Geneva. -10 in Kenosha. Say it ain't Sosha. I wish I wasn't reporting on it. I'm only giving you the facts. And you could smoke it. Just like cracks. And then you'd probably be selling your TV in 5 minutes, wondering how much snow fell in Iowa. So was I. That's why I tuned into the Oppenheimer Ranch Project to find out. Now, during Friday's storm, now it's Saturday, here are the totals from across the state. Here is your fate. Much of Iowa received snowfall Friday afternoon into the evening, with a foot piling up in some portions of the state. So all you fearmongers and bitchers and twitchers, there's no snow up in Iowa. Well, you got your snow. Ames, 2.5. Anki, 2.3. But as we go up in the alphabet, you're buried. Take a look. Iowa City, 6 inches. Those aren't cinches. Mason City, 6 to 5 to 8, or whatever the hell they're saying there. That's a couple inches. 6 to 7 in Burlington. Not a Schmerlington. And there's no more information here to rhyme with. So we'll just kick this off and just say boom. If you're interested, this flute I was playing on the opening is a custom Long Rider multi-piece cedar flute, hand-carved, with a hawk carapace, and it has amazing etchings of eagle feathers. This is in G sharp, which is a very strange pitch to play in native flute. You have to be very supple. And I'm the least supple human on earth. Latest snow totals across the Chi-Town area. Where the are we? We just went to Boomtown. Let's check the latest Chi-Town totals. Across the Chi-Town area, residents woke to measurable snow Saturday, as Diamond predicted. Although some locations had far more than others, several hours of snowfall were still left. A winter storm warning remained in effect for much of the Chi-Town area through the morning and afternoon hours. Tracking the storm live on Doppler 5 was this guy, Mr. Four-Eye, with his fabulous tie. Cook County, Chi-Town, Southeast, 4.7 inches in the burbs. Evanston, 6.5. Lansing, 3.5. Midway, 5.3 inches at the airport. Morton Grove, 5. This guy was jogging. Are you kidding me? Stay home with your family and play Scrabble. You don't need to jog that bad. Someone is addicted to jogging. Mount Prospect, 5.5. Oak Crest, 6.5. O'Hare, 5. Palatine, 8.5. Do you notice how these totals are increasing at the bottom of the list? I see a pattern. Schaumburg, 6.7. DeKalb, 7.9. Downers Grove, which is not a downer at 5 inches. DuPage, 6. York Center, 4.1. Heads up, Elburn at 6.9 in King County. 7.9 inches Buffalo Grove. 8.5 in Libertyville. Where's your Liberty, Waukegan at 9.1 inches? Ow! Waukegan got 9! Where's my Popeye? Get back in your hole. Let's talk about McHenry County, where they're talking 6 to 8 inches everywhere. Will County, 3 to 4, maybe 5 in Makina, Kunakinte. Winter mix for Virginia, Maryland, followed by extreme cold, freezing the nuggets on the berries. Yeah, those are your buds, and they're frozen. My buds are fresh, and we're smoking them. Frederick, Maryland, a major winter storm forecast to drop lots of snow in the Northeast this weekend. Also bring threats of ice and power loss to portions of Snowflakeville, Maryland, and Virginia. The National Weather Service issued winter storm warnings into Sunday for western Maryland, northern Shenandoah region of Virginia. Forecasters say western Maryland could see 3 to 5 inches of the global warming goodness, including snow and ice, make travel treacherous and cause power outages, which are shoutages, not to be confused with shortages, which are much dirtier. Areas around Baltimore and central Virginia mountains were under winter weather advisories through Saturday night, which is now with snow, sleet, and rain on tap, which they're not reporting on because I couldn't find it before precipitation changes to all rain because they're not allowed to, because it's not supposed to be snowing and horrible like winter, which it is now. Winds should increase, temperatures plummet, but because Donald Trump and other people are making tons of other news that they can completely divert from, that's what you're learning about. Sunday across the mid-Atlantic region, where some Monday morning readings could reach single digits and wind chill factors fall below 0, which is no queero because we told you so. Iguana Apocalypse 2019 much coming tomorrow and extending through January 27th when the coldest weather will hit Miami. And you'll need your mommy. Oh my God, that's the same exact thing. GFS models are showing cold, bold cold. Second, third system, that's a schmistum, showing 56 inches in the Maritimes, 50 inches in eastern Maine, which is insane. Tilting the maps, which are not crabs. But the newest southern storm of the Iguana Apocalypse is showing snow all the way down to southern Georgia at the state line of Florida. So we're going to watch this closely because these models are developing. And as they develop, they're moving south, folks. This baby here on the 28th, 29th is going to deposit its load on the 27th. Iguana Apocalypse 2019. Starts the 21st. Peaks on the 27th, especially if you're taking the good DMT much? Ayahuasca. Snow and ice continue in the Northeast. Rain, mountain snow in the West. 15 states in winter storm watch and warning. From the Mason-Dixon line north, you're fluxed. West Virginia is all purple. And they don't even like that color. Significant winter weather impact shifts to the Northeast on Sunday. Heavy snow up to 2 feet will be possible across interior Northeast states, including New Hampshire, Vermont, and central New York, which is the center of the pork. Heads up, Muslims. I love bacon. Sunny England may see ice accumulations up to 1/4 of an inch, which won't be a cinch. That will be a traffic accident. Strong gusty winds, bitter cold will follow the cold front passage. In the west, heavy mountain snow will totally flux you. The drought is completely alleviated with over 125% of snowpack occurring everywhere and even more. And in California, the Intermontane West and Rocky Mountains will continue to get buried. Ow! I need a bundt cake, lemon, and I need a squirt of the Ready Whip. That kind of I need it. And a pedicure. And bring out the sandpaper because my bunions. Do it now. Sorry about that, folks. We're back. We have a new position. Our new studio is right next to the wood-burning stove. And that's why you don't hear that annoying fan or several fans, 8 heater fans running simultaneously. We're about to move this studio right up the road to our new apartment, but that'll take a few days. So bear with us. Bundle up, Toronto. It's going to feel like minus 35 tonight, and it's already 14 outside here. And it'll be even colder tomorrow if you're in Toronto. Police report more than 240 crashes on the GTA amid tough driving conditions and total hot chicks with their central areas glowing. Nice boots. That's a boo. Sorry, Leah. She looks like you. She's cute. Heads up. 650 CCOM. You know what that means? Canada. Holzer. Great White North. Extreme cold warning issued for central northern Saskatchewan. That looks extremely cold. doesn't it? Except the water's not frozen, so I don't know how cold that could be. An extreme cold warning has been issued for the entirety of central and northern Saskatchewan. Sucks to be you, as polar vortex is set to pull down temperatures even more on Thursday night. It's Saturday. When was this published? All right, that's a sharp paper. We're closing it. Sometimes I don't review these. They just get sent to me. Extreme cold warnings issued for Waterloo. This is only 16 hours old. This is good shit. Wind chill values are expected to plummet to minus 20 to minus 30 range. This guy doesn't have gloves, and he's wondering why his hands are cold. The warning was last updated at 1:39 a.m., which is now, and his hands are still getting cold. I'm being so bold. Environment Canada has issued an extreme cold warning for Waterloo region, while douchebags don't even own gloves. And much of southern Ontario are Democrats, and they can suck it. And I hope they don't have gloves, so their hands freeze off, and we have to chop off their fingertips. Something's happening over in Volcanoville. Let's just pause these bitches, because I'm sick of it. All right, let's get back to what we were saying. Now, pussies that don't have gloves deserve to get their fingers chopped off, especially if they live in central Canada, like this schmuck. Yeah, please, OppenheimerRanch@gmail if you don't think you're a schmuck. Weather agency says we can expect wind chills near minus 30 Monday, as schmuck's fingers are completely chopped off as they turn black. A milder air mass is expected to move in Tuesday, so once your fingers are cut off, you'll realize that how to use your nubs. And your nub ability will improve as the temperatures increase. Extreme cold warnings are issued when temperatures or wind chill values make your fingers nubs if you don't know what gloves are. Nubs or gloves, it's your choice. We're sick of it. We only report the facts. Strong 6.7 magnitude earthquake strikes the coast of Chile. I love my Chile. Sometimes I do a vegan, but I love to put all kinds of meats and fats in it. Dead animal fat makes the chili delish, as well as the southwestern chili pepper. 2 people confirmed dead. A strong earthquake is struck near the city of Coquimbo in central Chile, resulting in at least 2 deaths and other people sharding their pants. 1 in Pitaquay confirmed needed pant removal, and 1 in Cotocumbe was also dead. Both died after suffering heart attacks as they shart themselves during the earthquake. The tsunami warning was initially issued but quickly canceled as they realized a 6.8 close to the shore doesn't mean much. The quake hit at 10:32 p.m. local time, and when an 8.0 happens off the coast of Washington State, yes, hundreds of thousands will wash away in moments. Now, this quake hit at a depth of 53 kilometers and no one washed away, meaning it was relatively shallow and safe. The U.S. Geological Survey said the magnitude 6.8 was reduced to 6.7 because they were demanded and required to do so as their protocol, as the downgrade service of the world demanded. The initial tsunami warning for the Coquimbo region was issued by the National Office of Emergency Idiots, and it was rescinded because they realized they don't even have buoys. Damage has been reported at several locations, but there was no immediate news of any casualties except the 2 confirmed dead on the title of this article, which apparently is a sharticle, because they didn't even know they confirmed 2 dead in the title. Now, this is all related to the change in space weather. If you're just joining us, this is a science channel, so be prepared to learn something. As the phi angle shifted 8 hours ago, that's when we went into lithospheric warning. So this is exactly 8 hours ago. This is a live chart. We've come back out of it. No more earthquake warning. What we're dropping back into sun to earth connection. And when the plasma stream comes from the sun and affects the earth, that's at the phi angle right here near 180. So here we're seeing phi angle shift to around 200. That is sun to earth, and down here earth to sun, which is not a dangerous time for the planet. This is when major quakes happen, and we had the boom right here. The boom happened right here, 6.7, right when sun to earth was occurring. Now we went back out of it, and we're expecting to recouple with that coronal hole over the next few days, and it looks like it's happening now. Let's refresh this and get the most up-to-date information so we can make a prediction. Live. We're predicting live using space weather live. Let's do it. Okay, nothing's changed. So it appears as if the phi angle has shifted back down to around 190, which would be sun to earth, but we'll watch it closely. Let's go over to spaceweathernews.com live here because we have all night, don't we? It's Saturday night or Sunday morning, depending on when you're looking or listening. Seismic update. As we wait for space weather to parse up, let's check the Earth and see that we're not dead yet. Here's that big rumbler. Major aftershocks happening as predicted in the geologic models that we all learned. 6.7 in Coquimbo, Chile. No tsunami warning. Aftershocks occurring. No other quakes of note worldwide. Thankfully. Which is not a spankfully. Because you need to bend over for that. No solar flares. Solar minimum, sun, X-ray flux below 10 to the -7th. Continuously. Here we are at Discover, solar wind. And here we can see the phi angle shift down sun to earth here for a period and getting jiggy and then back and forth. So nothing significant, no major warnings. As the plasma speed continues to drop off the map, no density increase. There is no coronal hole coupling. Only a quick minor phi angle shift here for the last 8 hours. So no other major quake should occur until we recouple with the coronal hole, probably sometime tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon, moving forward, expect a lithospheric uptick in major earthquakes for the next 2 days, starting at noon, 12 hours from my voice. It's your choice whether you believe me or not. We're seldom wrong because we make all our predictions based on facts and science. Worldwide Volcano News Update, not science, not dogma, not global warmingism, not mainstream mediaism. If you think nature.org and all them schmarticles are schmiance, you're in defiance. Volcanoes today, Fuego, Ducono, Torrealba, Planchon, Petaroa, Nevados de Chilán, and Sabancaya. Sabancaya emissions, Planton, Petaroa, as well, Ducono erupting to 7,000 feet. Explosive activity at Ducono. Fuego, also Torrealba erupting to 12,500. That's a large outburst to 3,800 meters. We're waiting on the big one. This is just normal activity, kids. Let's check out Mount Agung erupting within the last 24 hours. Hours of powers. This footage, thankfully, care of Volcano YT. Here you can see the plume of lava starting as people below in the village are sharding. Let's walk it through. Let's do it. It's boom time. I love being by the fireplace here. It's like I can just feel the lava. There it is, a small pyroclastic flow dumping down the flank quickly. See how it lit up the forest below it before we could even see it? If you were camping down here, oh my God, I hope you have that new ripstop nylon. Because you might as well have been avalanched. Hey, if you want to see live stream, come check out Volcanoverse. Only 367 subscribed. That's embarrassing. Like the channel, only 7 watching. They have Popo, Sakurajima, this French one, San Cristobal, Etna, Yellowstone, Vesuvius, and Sinabung. All live. Live streams so you can watch the earth blow up. Yes, it will happen in your lifetime. And if you're on one of these channels that I recommend, you'll watch it live. That's what you want to watch. Let's talk about esoteric science meets ancient science meets all the dogma you were taught meets probably reality. What you're looking at is the Kuiper belt. The white lines delineate the planets in our solar system. This final white ring, the ding-a-ling, is Neptune, and there you got your Pluto, which is a pseudo. And outside the ring, the clear area, which is our solar system, is the Kuiper belt. 2.5 billion miles from the sun to about 6 billion miles is the Kuiper belt. Not to be confused with your rawhide cow leather belt, which holds your pants up. This belt is filled with debris. And more importantly, the planets that are further out in our solar system tend not to have a circular orbit. In fact, none of the planets, other than Venus, have a circular orbit. Venus and Mercury. The closer you get to the sun, the more circular you tend to be. Venus being extremely circular because the planet is only 3,000 years old, if that. Recently ejected from Jupiter. Now, the Kuiper belt, in my opinion, are the remnants of all the micronova that our sun regularly emits. These micronovas, or these magnetic excursion events, occur when the magnetic fields of the sun go out of flux, and the magnetic fields of the planet Earth also reverse. This double entendre of magnetic effects result in a massive outburst from the sun. Let's call it a terrestrial planetary forced nova, because I think that's where we're leaning towards the science. No one's come out and said it, but I just said it. I think that magnetic reversals on nearby planets to suns cause the suns to nova, or cause a reaction due to the magnetic field effects. Just as the sun can affect the earth can affect the sun, and vice versa. But these cycles are cosmogenic in nature. They're coming from outside of this area. They're coming in through the Birkeland current through our sun, and the information is disseminated through the solar system. Correlation is not causation, but this Kuiper belt of debris is not from the beginning of the formation of the solar system. It is from the sun exploding out on regular intervals, and this is the dead end, so to speak, of those particles. If I shoot a bullet, it only goes so far. If I shoot a nova, it will stop and deposit itself in a ring, especially if it does it regularly. In a solar system we know is billions of years old, we know that this ring is being deposited for hundreds of millions of years, probably. So you're looking at the Kuiper belt, which is the solar nova debris, which has passed all the planets, and the other debris as well, you know, debris. Clearly that article's out of place, and we're 30 minutes in, so let's get on with it. Let's look at the bigger picture. I just stepped out a bit to blow your mind. The red ring is Neptune's orbit. The sun is in the middle. The Kuiper belt is the white ring of thick debris. And then we have what is hypothetically the Oort cloud, which would be the furthest extent of the micronova debris at the maximum distance. So there has to be a maximum distance from the maximum blasts. These are the 100,000 year events that form the Oort cloud, and I think the 20,000 year events form the Kuiper belt, or the 12,500 year events. So we have different levels of solar outbursts from our sun. We have a 26,000 and a 12,500 year double micronova event, which is just a solar outburst. And this has been recorded in petroglyphs worldwide with the Stickman and other figures that have been corroborated by Anthony or Tony Peratt and Los Alamos Labs and their plasma discharge experiments, proving that Jacob's ladder and the mother of all animals. Those petroglyphs are actually plasma discharge features witnessed in the night sky by ancient humans, which, by the way, were way more perceptive than current humans. Fact. Now let's talk about some more facts. The fact that the mainstream has picked up on this magnetic reversal in grand fashion over the last 7 days is insane. Because some of the headlines say that the pole is moving so fast that geologists don't even know what's happening. The pole is moving so fast that we don't even know how to explain it. The pole is moving so fast that no one even knows what's going on. I mean, these are the headlines in mainstream media, which means that 80% of the population, the sheep, are picking this up, gobbling it up, and spreading it to their friends at cocktail parties and other nonsense. Oh, have you heard about the magnetic reversal? Yeah, no one knows what's happening. This couldn't be further from the truth. If the disinformation train was getting a grade, they'd get an A+. Come over to magneticreversal.org. Adrian D'Amico, webmaster over here, who will be at LeakCon 2019, longtime friend of Ben Davidson, suspicious observer himself. And come check out the facts. He has multiple videos here on what is actually going on. And we'll break it down to you real quick. The South Pole has already left Antarctica. The North Pole is now racing across the Arctic Ocean. Just met the rotational pole 5 years ago and has probably passed by it, which is why they need to do a new update. And all these disinformation articles are coming out. The poles are getting ready to flip. This is coming from Swarm ESA. Over a decade ago, Swarm ESA was developed to send satellites into orbit to monitor the magnetic reversal. If you didn't know that, now you know what Swarm ESA and NASA is all about. Disinformation. If they were about information, they would have corrected all these media sources and said, no, we know exactly what's going on. But they don't care because disinformation and the CIA are the plan to keep you stupid so that you're consumed with the rest of them. The magnetic field began weakening in 1600, and we've known this since the early 1900s. So we've known this for 100 years, yet the mainstream media doesn't know about it. When I say we, I mean anyone with scientific endeavor or anyone with the ability to research has known this for 100 years. But the media this week, none of them know why it's happening. And they claim that geologists don't know either. Please call me if you want a reference so I could stick my foot right up your and tell you how stupid that headline is. Unless it's on purpose, which I guarantee you it is. Same type of headlines come out for GMOs and other nonsense, vaccines. Your unvaccinated children are causing global warming. Didn't you know that? The magnetic field began weakening in the 1600s. Now, the field weakened 10% from the 1800s to 2000, and then another 10% from 2000 till now. So that means you should be shitting your pants. Yeah, because the Earth's magnetic field was weakening 5% per century, but is now weakening 5% per decade, and after the new data comes out, may be weakening 5% per year. 2035 is the 0 point. As of 2014, the magnetic field is continuing to weaken rapidly. Those are the facts. Come check them out. You'll get links to magneticreversal.org below. If you don't get links, type in magneticreversal.org, one word, and you'll get it. I promise you. It's how it works. Earth's magnetic field could flip within a human lifetime. At one point, just a decade ago, the majority of scientists believe it took 1,000 years for a magnetic reversal or excursion to occur. Now, smiling geologists like these guys that all hang out in my living room and smoke pot with me believe that a magnetic reversal could happen in less than 100 years. That requires Phoenix tears. Yes. It's a hard pill to swallow because the reversal started 200 years ago. So what do you think is going to happen? Earth's magnetic field is weakening 10 times faster now. This was 2014. So when the 2019 data update comes in, I guarantee it's weakening 50 times faster now. And we're going to show you how. January 31st, the data point comes in if the government is open. Now we're going over to iceagenow.com/magneticreversalchart.htm. This is Robert Felix's site. Just go to Ice Age Now and click on the link that says Magnetic Reversals. Rex Bear and I did an awesome podcast tonight where we talked about all this esoteric information and how it is culminating, corroborating, and coming together a day at a time, week by week, month by month. The quickening is ever present. The information gathering, piling up. I don't even have time to breathe or think. There is not enough time in the day to assess all this information, which is why it's so exciting. You're looking at the proof of Micronova. The reason I say this is I've been looking for the 100,000-year mechanism for cosmic catastrophe, and that is this major uptick. Time is to the right, present is here. Boom. Ice Age. Boom. 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 Ice Age. Boom. Ice Age. Boom, 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 boom. Ice Age. Back out. So we're back up in this interglacial period, just like 100,000 years ago, and we're in the position where the drop-off occurs. The last drop-off dropped global temperatures 14 degrees centigrade before they rose 5 degrees centigrade in another micronova. Drop back down 4, up 4, down 7, up 5. Do you see the pattern? Yeah. Now we're up here. So our next move is down. 10 to 13 degrees C each time. Boom. And the mechanism is cosmic rays. Cloud nucleation, snowball Earth, rapid cooling, volcanic activity, crop failure, unrest, famine. That's your life. And you're living it. Those are the proof that magnetic reversals are episodic, periodic, and regular on the 100,000-year schedule, and the more recent time shows magnetic reversals and excursions at the 12,000-year schedule. Boom, 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 boom. Do you think you're living? Boom, boom. Come over to poleshiftnews.com, and we're going to get Maverick Star Reloaded on the program ASAP. And I want to thank each and every one of you that went over to the Patreon yesterday and doubled the number of people supporting him. It shows that you care about independent research. If you want to know more facts about the migrating poles, come over to Pole Shift News, click on Magnetic Poles 2018, and you can start to learn about the data. If you're interested, you can see how quickly the poles are migrating away from the rotational poles. The North Pole is almost near the rotational North Pole, but in the new update, it's going to quickly be over here in Siberia because that's how fast it's increasing. It has to get to Indonesia in just a decade or two. So it has to be rapidly speeding up in that direction. Let's look at some more grand solar minimum phenomenon from another friend of the channel, Einstein College, and we'll get to that as soon as it parses up. And we'll look at some other cool stuff from NASA. In the meantime, let's make sure that this is parsed up here. Let's go back and check it out. And let's even listen to the people. Thank you, Heinrich Butenhuis. Please, if you don't know about the Danish Grand Solar Minimum channel, check out Heinrich Butenhuis' channel. Subscribe. We need to get him up to 2,000 tonight. Give him a thumbs up. Glacier sliding in Pakistan, Grand Solar Minimum style. Come check it out. Instant ice age, instantly in Pakistan. Simple animations by NASA scientists prove the speed of light is tortuously slow. We're going to show it to you. Here's the speed of light, in case you were unaware, in animation. And this is pretty fantastic. It's so fantastic. Yes, we're going to put a little Pachamama in the chillum. And heat it up. Now what you're looking at is the speed of light. And that flash at the equator would be a light ball spinning around the Earth more than 7 times a second. Which, if you're talking about astronomical or, let's say, the universe itself, distances in that scale, from galaxy to galaxy, the speed of light is abhorrently slow. Because if it only can go around the Earth 7 times in a second, well, it takes years to go from galaxy to galaxy. Now, if you adopt the electric universe model, you are not constrained by the speed of light. Now, the reason this is important is because it was recently determined that you can detect events hundreds of light years away where we are instantaneously. Yeah, there are things that move faster than the speed of light. Information is transmitted electrically, instantaneously along Birkeland currents. I hope your mind is blown. We're taking baby steps. We don't want you to have a myocardial infarction. Check out the depiction of the speed of light, 7.5 orbits per second at the surface at the equator, which is where the oceans bulge. And if a large planetary body moved by, it would shift that bulge instantly, causing a biblical flood. Check out the Australian Climate Skeptics group. Good bunch of people over there. We'll leave you links. Deep bore into Antarctica is finding freezing ice, not melting ice, as they are fear-mongering. But we're not, because we've already explained this using the oceans. The alarmists are saying the oceans are the hottest ever. And they're right, because they're reporting on the surface temperature. But the coldest the oceans have ever been is right now, because the cold surface water from the Maunder minimum is now dropped to depth. And it is now below the global warmingists' levels at the top 2,000 meters, it's down below there. And the deep oceans are the coldest now they have ever been in over 1,000 years. The surface is warm because just like weather is a system, so when one area is record cold, there has to be record hot nearby. The same for the climate system. So if it's a record hot surface, you can guarantee that the deep ocean is record cold. And as this report shows, the deep bore in Antarctica finds freezing ice, not melting, as expected. What did you expect? How long is a day on Saturn? 10 hours, 33 minutes, and 38 seconds. 10 hours, 33 minutes, and 38 seconds. That's how long a day is on Saturn. Do you know how long a day is in Pagosa? Well, tomorrow it may last forever, because we're going to be witnessing Lunar Eclipse 2019 Blood Moon live. Rex is figuring out how to stream it live, and if I can't figure out how to stream it live, I'll just stand out there and stream live and tell you what it looks like. And then we'll put up the actual video later. Lunar Eclipse 2019. If you're anywhere and you don't want to be square, go out there and look up and bring a camera. Bah. It's the last total lunar eclipse until 2021 for North America. Late at night between Sunday, January 20th and Monday, the 21st, the moon will pass into the shadow cast by the earth, and it will be a dearth of information cascading from the universe into your very eyes. As moonset occurs, the entire eclipse will be visible. If you live in China or Asia, well, you can't see unless you watch the channel. But if you're in North America, you're in ground zero. Ground zero of awesomeness. There it is. The partial phase of the eclipse will begin at 9:36 p.m. Eastern Time on the 20th. The full eclipse, characterized by the blood-red shadow cast on the moon, will be 11:41 p.m. Eastern. That's 9:41 my time. And finish at 12:43, 10:43 my time, on the 21st. So from 9:40 to 10:40, I'm in the glory. And if we can get it live, you'll be seeing it. But it'll probably be an hour later, and you'll still see it then anyway. And if you don't know what a lunar eclipse is, then you don't know what most of everything that I say it means. So I have no idea why you're watching the channel. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. Sheep are going to baa. And people in Boston live in Bahaba, where they make cabin faba. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. If you live in the UK, it's going to be really cold, and they're going to lie to you, and there'll be no milk and bread in the markets, and the ice lorries or whatever they're called, they're not going to show up, and you're going to be fluxed. Infrastructure will fail. Pipes will burst. Those are water mains. And the Queen Mother is dead, so no one is there to help you. We have an interview tomorrow with a technology that could save your ass in the future from solar flare and EMP threat. I'm taking this very seriously. There could be a major announcement happening tomorrow. Look for it. Check out the interview and the podcast I did with Rex. We went deep. We are looking for answers for our own benefit and for the benefit of all humans. We love you. Be safe. And that's a boom. It's how it works. Do it. Tomorrow night. Go out and look up. Please. Could change your life. That's a boom.